Good morning. Today I'm in Port Chalmers, which is a port for Dunedin in New Zealand, and today I just have a little bit of time, so instead of going into Dunedin or going out on tour here today, I'm just walking around Port Chalmers, which is the little town right next to the ship. So if you don't have long, then this is a perfect place to come. So first of all, when you get off the ship, right here in the terminal there is Wi-Fi if you need Wi-Fi, and so it's free. It's right here, and there's also the information area with some information about what to do in the area as well. So I'm going to check out the small town of Port Chalmers now. So we're in Port Chalmers in Koputai. That is the Maori name for the place. Now it's a really small town, but if you don't have long or if you don't want to go far, it is still nice to look around. Now when you're in the port terminal, you can get this, a map of Port Chalmers itself, and it highlights all the things to do here. Now for being very tiny, there's still some things to see. There's the town hall, the public library, which is a nice building and also has free internet. We've got a Seafarers Society, again free Wi-Fi. And there's the Port Chalmers Maritime Museum, and then there's practical things like a pharmacy, supermarket, there's ATM, and there's several churches, Catholic and Anglican, if you'd like to look at them. And there's the cemetery, the old one and the new one, and there's a free Wi-Fi area around town, and there's also some walks. And on the map here, which will be on the website, it shows you routes to go around to see the different sites from the area. So basically you have your own self-guided walking tour of Port Chalmers where you can have a stroll around and see everything. And this is the Maritime Museum. This is very easy to find when you get off the ship out of the terminal, turn right, and it's just on the corner right here. And they have some new exhibitions, The Last Port to Antarctica and The Tale of a Seaport. And they ask for a $2 donation to go in, and it shows things about the history of the maritime industry in the area. And this is inside the museum. There's information, there's a Port Otago Gallery at the top, and there's lots of information about the history of the shipping legacy here. It's the last port to Antarctica. You can get information about various Antarctic visitors and adventurers, including Robert Scott and Sebastien d'Urville from France. Some old artifacts. And there's a film about Fjordland, which is all about the fjords of New Zealand. There's a pioneer room with information and costumes and toys and everything. Wow, this is beautiful. From early settlers in the area here who came over from Europe. Pictures of the various churches and the mayor's necklace there, the mayor's chain. Some old clothing from the Victorian era. And old cameras. It's a small local museum, and the donations go into looking after the place, so it's definitely worth coming in and having a look around. At the back we've got the boat shed, which has a lot of ship memorabilia. We've got some life rings from various famous ships from the area. This was the Seahawk, which was the last seine boat, the last only known surviving seine fishing boat in Otago. We've got an old diving costume. There's ships, model ships. And this is a ship's deck cabin used by the Union Steamship Company on their cargo ship Flora. So this is what it would look like. This isn't that different from a modern day crew cabin. They've still got bunk beds. They've got quite a lot of space though, but this is where the passengers would be. And then they'd have their trunk with all their clothes and the portholes. No nice fancy bathrooms then, but you would have your own sink. And you can head upstairs to the viewing gallery where there's more model and ceramic ships. and flags from some of the countries who've docked here or had a great influence on the shipping industry. And from here, you get a great view of the ship. Now, right across the street from the Maritime Museum here, there's some more information about Port Chalmers itself. Another map showing you where you are and things that are nearby. Captain Scott Memorial, I've got Sawyer's Bay, there's Carey's Bay, Aramoana, things not too far, and also Dunedin. It's only 12 kilometers away. You can take the bus in or just hang around here. Also right across the street from the Maritime Museum, we have the Port Chalmers Library. It's a nice building to check out. They've got free Wi-Fi. You can see crew outside using the Wi-Fi. And they have different, they have shows on here sometimes as well as it being libraries. So it's almost like a community centre for this small area as well. And this is what it looks like.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, crossing the street from the Library and Museum, you can head up here towards Lady Thorndale and Lookout, and also up here for the cemetery, which is right beside the church. Now, this is the Anglican Church here in Port Chalmers. It's very beautiful and definitely worth a look as well. So this is George Street, which is the main street. We've got a nice coffee shop, which I might be coming back to shortly. And there's lots of interesting local shops with handmade goods and things by local designers. We've got the White Rabbit ink right here. More cafes. We've got Port Royal Cafe, which is closed. And the Seafarer Centre's here. It's open, it's got Wi-Fi, tea and coffee. And all seafarers welcome, and some of us are in there already. So it's a great place to stop for crew. You get a very warm welcome. So this is inside the Seafarer Centre. They have books and magazines for crew. There's a pool table, internet, coffee and tea. So it's very nice and very welcoming for the crew. Across the street we've got the Cottage Bakehouse. Georgie Girl, pre-loved vintage clothing. There's Mackie's Hotel if you fancy a beer, and also the bottle shop. If you need any practical things, right here we've got the convenience store, and that's the closest supermarket to the ship. If you need anything like that, we've got an art gallery across the street. If you're interested in local property prices, we've got Ray White Solicitors over there. And also this shop, which looks lovely and dangerous for me, and there's two Gypsies, and they have this passion for life and beautiful things. I think I have to have a look. Now this is inside two Gypsies. They make furniture from recycled hardwood, candles, clothing, lots of Asian influences and African influences, and local Maori things, pottery. And I want to buy half of this for my house, and it smells lovely. Okay, so I'm inside two Gypsies now, and I'm here with a lovely owner, and this is Kate. So Kate, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. And how long have you had your place?
I've been here for 12 months. I took the shop over from my father, who started it 7 years ago.
Very nice. And it's lovely. Now you have, it smells amazing, and you have lots of lovely things. What are your influences for the things that you sell here?
Look, we like to have different varieties for all sorts of people. So we do try and import from all sorts of places. So we travel the world, and we also like to support local as well. So we have a lot of influence from New Zealand, especially like our Georgian Edie range, which I know people on the ships absolutely love.
What's Georgian Edie? I don't know this yet.
Oh, it's a beautiful product, handmade in Wanaka, which is done by two Dunedin girls, and they sell candles and fragrances. And
that's the beautiful smells that we have in here.
It is, yes, absolutely, yes.
We'll take a look at that. You also have a lot of lovely art as well.
We do,
yes. And there's lots. I see a lot of Asian influences and African influences.
Yes.
Do you travel there as well?
Yes, we do, yes.
Nice.
Travel the world, yeah, it's wonderful. We've got lots of Kiwis, souvenirs and those sorts of things as well.
Nice. So if you want any nice souvenirs, something a little bit different or something globally inspired and also eco-friendly, I saw that you have recycled hardwood furniture as well.
Yes, we certainly do, and we will ship anywhere worldwide.
Fantastic. So yeah, while you're wandering around Port Chalmers, come on in here, say hi to Kate and have a look at all the lovely things they have. Now I have to try to not buy everything from my house because I'm just full.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you. Now this is the George and Edie range that Kate was telling us about. They have lots of different things they've got. It smells absolutely amazing. These different incense sticks, and there's different sprays and soaps, all sorts of good things.
And down the main street, we got to turn right up Grey Street, one of the four boroughs of the town. Most of this town has been named after the first three sailing ships that came in here, Presbyterian Scottish.
Yep.
And coming up here Grey Street, we're going to go up to the lookout, so we're going to turn left into Scotia Street.
And you can walk here from the ship as well.
You can walk from the ship.
But it's very nice to take the car.
It's an easy walk, it's just quite steep.
It is, yeah.
And coming up, it gets steeper as you go up the next bit.
And this is my new friend Paul.
All the way from, he is from Port Chalmers.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but he's been meeting people from all around.
Fantastic.
And we're going to up the left, up to the lookout. Yes, you can see the cranes there. And the lookout is a good lookout. As you look up there, that's Scott's monument.
Oh yeah.
And that's to do with Robert Scott, who went to eventually down to the South Pole, but unfortunately they got a bit cold and died.
Yep.
And basically, that's the inner Port Chalmers. It goes around to Carey's Bay, Deborah Bay, Hamilton Bay, all bays down until we go out to Aramoana, or as locals just call it the Spit, it's easy to say, but Aramoana is the Maori pronunciation.
So this is the lookout. You can walk up here from the ship. As you can see, the ship's down here, so it's a little bit steep coming up, but it's not too far. It's very doable, and even easier if you have a friend to bring you up in the car.
They would put them on Quarantine Island. But that's where you can see the shadow, and they're redoing up. You can see an orangey double-storey building. That was the actual hospital in Dunedin, where anyone who had a like outbreak that they didn't, you didn't want to catch, you'd stick them on the island, and that other sort of area is just Goat Island.
Very nice. So this is Forsyth Stadium.
Now, Forsyth Bar, that's a share-broking firm.
Okay.
Forsyth Bar just stands for the share-broking.
Right.
And
this is the only enclosed stadium in New Zealand.
Fact,
Alright, so we're now in the park here. Now this is right opposite the stadium, and this is where the local team, the Highlanders, train. And some of the Highlanders are actually in the New Zealand All Blacks team, which is awesome. And here they are training. This is really cool. So these are the Highlander players, and this is some of the players doing the line-out drills. And that was Liam
Coltman.
Liam Coltman, the guy with the beard. He's an All Black. So as the training's going on, it's very technical and it's very well organised. And what's happening is right over here, we have it all on drone. This is the drone control centre here, and the drone is up here. So everything is being watched. Over at the other side, there's a GoPro on the go as everyone goes through the different line drills and looking at the different tactics. So that was awesome, getting to see the Highlanders train a little bit and some of the All Blacks and see how they use the tactics, the technical stuff. And as I said, I'm not normally a big sports fan, but go Highlanders! This is Baldwin Street, the world's steepest street.
Oh, you can film that.
There we go.
So in July, Cadbury's, the local or international firm owned by Monderella, people for $1 buy Jaffas, and they have a number and they roll them downhill. And the first Jaffa, you get a prize.
Oh wow!
No, they must have go going off the side. Now this is quite. I'm gonna have to
Here we
change
go.
down.
Are we gonna be all right?
Yeah, we're all right. People have died going down here. They went in
reassuring.
Students went in wheelie bins. No, they're in a wheelie bin. Being silly. Don't go in a wheelie bin. No, it's just they've been silly thinking it turned out it's very dangerous going down in a wheelie bin. A lot of tourists come up and down here. So this is the top.
Very, very steep. I'm glad we're in the car, not walking.
Yeah, it's very, very steep.
At the top of Baldwin Street, which is the world's steepest street. It's really, really steep. I do not want to go down there on a skateboard. This is the University of Otago.
And that's traditional professors' houses, which are now just staff offices.
Very nice.
And that is...
And there's the clock tower.
That is the clock tower. And so that's where Well, not the cocktail room, because we used to get stuff posted. They think we've been smart. We're the cocktail room. So I worked in there for 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
So we're going into Emerson's Brewery here, and this is the locally run one. We're going to have a little peek in here at the tap room, and the cellar door is open from 10 onwards. So this is the Emerson's Brewery inside. Now they do brewery tours, which take you around and show you about the whole brewing process. You can learn how it's done, how it's made. And this is a locally owned one, so it's always good to support local businesses. They have a really nice restaurant. All the beers they make are on tap here, and there's a very nice beer garden outside as well. And then the cellar door is where you can buy things to take home. There's lots and lots of different beers here. Everything they make you can buy and take home. And then, Paul is modelling for us.
What they do is you test the 7 beers. The lightest is
nice.
there, right down to the darkest. So you start off with the Pilsner, then you've got the bookbinder, which I thought was really strong, but it's not. I was already pissed in the book. 1812. Bird Dog, what's that?
Daredevil
and
London Porter.
Yeah.
So you get the tasting tray. It becomes free. It's free with the tour.
It's
It's
$28 or £14 for the tour.
Okay.
And
Or
you
the
get-
tasting tray, $17 at the bar if you want to just do that. But if you're here, you can do the tour, see everything, learn how it's made. And then there's other souvenirs as well here. You got t-shirts, you've got sweaters, and beer glasses as well. Lots of different things. And this is where the magic happens, where all the beer is brewed, and you can do the full tour with tastings for $28 New Zealand, or $17 just for the tasting at the bar. And it's a really lovely place to come and run by locals. And so this is the Galley Cafe. It's very nice. I'm having a coffee here, and they have some very nice cakes. And apparently the seafood chowder is amazing as well. So in the Galley, I'm out in the back part of it here, and this is where they have functions. And the Ovation of the Seas, which my lovely friend Nabita, is on at the moment, was here for an overnight about a week ago, and they came here to party in the evening, and they kept the place open until about 2 in the morning for everybody. They had drinks and food. They ran out of food. The crew literally ate the place out of house and home. Okay, so through in the back part of the Galley here, which is where the bar is and where they have special functions and where they have live music on a Friday night. And I'm here with the lovely Robin, who is the owner. How are you?
Good, great.
Okay. So can you tell me a bit about your place? How long have you been here?
So we've been here about 2 years, and we put a bar in out here with craft beers on tap, which is going really, really well. And as you say, we have live music on Friday nights, and that's just kind of grown and grown actually, the live music. I was going to have it fortnightly, but now it's every week.
And so this place has a bit of a story, doesn't it? This area around the back.
It does actually. Back in the 1800s, there was a morgue across the road, and they had a overflow of bodies. So this area of the Galley, which is now the bar, was used for storing. It was used as a morgue, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got a local Dunedin guy who brings ghost tours through Port Chalmers and different areas, and he brings them to the Galley and he tells them the story about the morgue being out here.
Do you have a ghost?
Well, I haven't experienced any, but there have been people that have worked here in the past that, I don't know if it's anything to do with the morgue, but there was stables out the back there, and there is a guy that has been seen a few times in oilskins who walks apparently through here and has been seen in the courtyard and across the road to the pub, which the pub would have been originally quite an old pub.
The menu you have great coffee. I had the coffee.
Yep.
You've got lots of lovely cakes.
Yep.
And I had the seafood chowder for lunch.
The seafood chowder is
Very
very, very
nice.
popular. We get lots of people commenting on our chowder and coming for quite a long way to get some.
Wow.
We specialise mainly in pizzas and seafood. We handcraft all our own bases here, apart from gluten-free ones that we have. So yeah, we're very, very busy on pizzas. We get a lot of the crew coming in off the cruise ships. The regulars now that come in on their days off and have a beer, craft beers on tap, and pizza. Our coffee is locally roasted from a local guy here who roasts our coffee. And lots of nice fresh seafood. Yeah.
Nice. So if you're looking for somewhere to have lunch out in Port Chalmers, this is a great place to come for all those delicious things. Great coffee. You can also use the Port Chalmers town Wi-Fi while you're in here as well. It's a really nice place to hang out and a very friendly welcome. Thank you very much. So I'm still in Two Gypsies now. I'm hanging out with the lovely owner Kate, and we've just got some lunch. We got lunch from next door in the Galley. The lovely owner Robin brought it over for us, and their seafood chowder is famous and it looks very nice. So that's what we're gonna have for lunch today. Okay, now just to finish off the day, met up with Paul again, and now we're going to go out to Carey's Bay, which is just a kilometre around the bay from Port Chalmers, so you can walk around to it and check it out, and that's where we're going right now. Now along at Carey's Bay, we've got the beautiful bay here. Kilometre run from the ship, so easy to walk to, and this is the locally famous Carey's Bay Historic Hotel. It's very nice, old historic building, and it's a big hit with the locals. Hotel, restaurant and pub, and we're going to go in and check it out and say hello as well. And there we go. So there's lots of rooms in here. They even got a piano. This is one of the local favourite spots. Oh, very nice. And you can sit outside and look at the bay as well. And they've even got a mermaid. Alright, so this is Carey's Bay Historic Hotel from outside. And it was beautiful, and it was lovely going around the place and seeing everything there, and also meeting the owner Joe. Now I'm heading over the road to check out the actual Carey's Bay, which is what the hotel is named after. Now this is only a kilometre from the ship, so it's easy to walk to. And also, Joe let me know that they do pickups as well. They would pick up people from the ship to bring them out here, which is really, really nice of them. And also they do 10% discount for crew members, so that's also very good too. And on a nice sunny day, you could go out, well, it doesn't matter if it's sunny, I guess. You could walk along the beach here, take a little stroll in the water, and it really is an absolutely beautiful view. Alright, so that's it from Port Chalmers today in New Zealand, and had just absolutely the best day, and it was all thanks to this wonderful man.
No, I had fun too.
My new friend Paul. Port Chalmers, probably one of the friendliest places I've ever been to in the whole world. It's absolutely lovely. Next time you're on a ship or on your own, you come to Dunedin, make sure that you spare some time to get to know the lovely people and places in Port Chalmers. See you next time. Bye.